Today I'm going to be reviewing this Anavarug. Now this is actually a rug. This is a 3x5 rug that we purchased for our home, and it actually comes shrink wrapped down. So that's sort of interesting. Never seen a rug that came delivered like that. This does talk about the rug packing. So it comes vacuum sealed, and then you're going to need it to come back up in about 2 to 3 days. Just like anything else that's vacuum sealed, you get. Same thing with this rug. Then it gives cleaning instructions, of course. You're going to hand wash and then air dry to make sure it stays fluffy. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like inside. So after getting the exterior wrapping off, this is actually what the rug looks like. Again, this is 3x5, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up. It's got a pair of scissors here. I am cutting just the edge off, so that way I hopefully don't actually accidentally cut the rug. And you can see it is expanding out a good amount, so that's a good sign, I suppose. Let's see if I can just, yep, you can just rip along that side and then pull that out. Wow, that's expanding a good amount. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it on the floor here, but first impressions, it's expanding out a good amount. This bottom feels relatively soft. And then this is kind of like a fluffy material here on top. But I'll go ahead and lay it out on the floor so you can see it. So this is what it looks like here on the floor. This one is like a navy blue color. And then the backing, let me go ahead and show you that. It's just gonna be this white. It is kind of like a grippiness on the back to help prevent it from sliding around. But obviously it does slide pretty good. So it is something to keep in mind. If you've got kids that are gonna be running or that sort of deal, then you'll probably wanna put something on the back to hold it in place. So far, it's pretty thin. I would say about the thickness of a thick throw blanket almost right now around the edges, but obviously it says to give it 24, 48 hours or 2 to 3 days even for it to expand all the way up. This bottom almost feels like a memory foam type, so I'm sure that will expand over time. The other thing with this is, since it's the way it's sealed, a lot of this is kind of matted down. Again, I'm assuming when it's exposed to the air over time, that's going to help it kind of get a little bit thicker. But as it is now, you can kind of see where it's all folded up and everything there. So overall, definitely a good product. We actually purchased this for one of our kids' bedrooms, but just something to keep in mind, the way that it comes packed. So if you're expecting to use it immediately, that's probably not something you're going to want to do. You are going to want to let it sit out for a couple of days before you use it. This is a pretty high pile, as you can see here. It's pretty high. So when you're going through and vacuuming or something, that might be an issue. If you have, a vacuum that's set pretty low, just something to keep in mind with this specific rug.